Army 2, the 40th day. What we're really trying to do is take co-op to the next level. We're trying to get co-op, out of just being purely a tactical decision, i.e. do you flank while I snipe, or, another gun next to you, and into, a discussion between players about how they should play. I think, multiplayer was a much bigger deal for us this time round, so there's a lot more modes. There's 3 core modes. There's Control, which is kind of a capture the flag team-based mode. There's Warzone version 2, which is an expansion of the first one. There's co-op deathmatch, which is just jump in there with your buddy and shoot people in the face. All of them are co-op focused. It's now up to 12 players at once. We've done all the things that the cool kids are doing now, like host migration. So someone rage quits on you because you're playing too well, then it'll automatically migrate the host to someone else within your game. So no getting kicked by the other team or anything like that, so we're pretty excited about that. Our team is very passionate about trying to make the best game possible, and a lot of the guys felt strongly that we were all playing Horde mode, we were all playing Left 4 Dead at lunchtime. We felt like we had all the parts to make our version of that, so we decided to kind of make it as a bonus, as a gift to fans. That's why it's a pre-order bonus. So if you pre-order it, you get it day one. Everyone else gets it for free 30 days later. The way it works is you and up to 3 other buddies, so it's 4-player, need to hold an area while a certain specific amount of enemies attack, right? If you can survive, you get transported to the next location. So that's what I mean. It's like the survival elements of Horde with the navigation space elements of Left 4 Dead. I think that Army 2 is still one of the few games where it's only co-op. If you play the campaign solo, you're still playing with a partner AI, so we still have all of the path splits, all of the tactical options, all of the areas where we actually break you apart and you have to do things separately. Whereas other games are still, even if though they're adding it as a mode or an extra feature. There's a lot of experience on the team now about how to deal with a partner AI, and it's a very difficult problem. You see lots of awesome developers struggle with it. We tried on this game to make them a character. So we wanted a game where even the AI felt like a human being. So for instance, you can still positively and negatively emote with the partner AI. And if you hassle him all the time, not only will he start being mean to you in dialogue, but he might take a little bit longer to come heal you if you're on the ground. So we're really trying to make them a character more than just a machine that's following you around with a gun. So we hope that they feel a little more human. Rock, paper, scissors is a little toy that we put in there. So we had the positive emotes and the negative emotes from the first game. You can slap your buddy, or you can high-five him, fist bump him, all that sort of stuff. And we added rock, paper, scissors. We wanted to give people the ability to interact with their buddy in different ways. And I can imagine some players, we've seen focus tests where some players have never done it at all in an entire campaign, and then other examples where the kids have been doing it every 5 minutes, whether they decide who goes left and who goes right, or who has the sniper rifle and who has the shotgun, or even just to win a bet, Nice! We have a lot of narrative moments in there, but we're not trying to impose a story in the sense that there's consequences for your actions, and sometimes they are predictable, you shoot a guy and you see his kids crying and you're meant to feel bad about it. But other times we have moments, and hopefully people will get a kick out of them, where you do what you think is right and it has terrible consequences. So we wanted to get away from black and white morality, which is why I don't like the fact that we used the word early on, and into sort of gray areas. And so a lot of our choices are bad or worse, not good or bad. So there's and the story we're trying to tell is this escape from Shanghai story, saving yourselves instead of saving the world. The first game, I think, was kind of a bit old school in the sense it was kind of trying to be Contra, trying to be 3D Contra. So you're like going there, shooting guys, it doesn't really matter why, having fun with your buddy, it's a buddy cop kind of experience. And I think people wanted to take it very, very seriously. So with this one, we realized we had a dilemma, which was half the globe, America mostly, thought it was great and hilarious and in on the joke, and half the world, mostly Europe, thought it was inappropriate. And that's a very difficult problem because you have 2 very strong opinions which are directly opposed to each other. So what I believe in games is the kind of stories that we can tell well are player-generated stories. The actual story, if you and I play together, that's interesting is what we did. It's not the imposed narrative of this over-the-top story or this silly save-the-world narrative that goes on in most games. So what we tried to do was say, okay, what do you do in the environment? Here's a hostage scenario. Do you shoot the hostages, loot their bodies for money so you can make a gold gun? Or do you instead go in there carefully, save these people, potentially for no reward? And this is a decision that you need to make as a pair, because if we go in together and your buddy says, screw it, shoots the hostage, takes the loot, they've made a decision for you as well. So we wanted to get that debate on the couch. I think it's a much better game than the first game. You know what I mean? The first game was really trailblazing, and because of that, whenever you go into a new space, you find all of the problems that live there. And and that's a very difficult challenge, and they were really successful. The first games, sold in excess of 2.6 million copies, which is a big number, and we really feel that this game on a quality level has gone up a notch. We're a small team, we're only about 80 guys, which sounds like a lot, but in the modern climate is not as big as most other AAA teams, so we feel like we're punching above our weight, and we feel that the game is still much more co-op focused than other games out there. We still think it's a very, very unique niche, although more people are trying to get into it.